Shalom, all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and salutation to the hopeful elect, pushing this word in truth and sincerity, hoping to receive mercy from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Yahweh is the name of our Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. Yahushai is his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. You so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, and Latinos, we are in fact the Israelites, that's according to the prophecies of the Holy Scriptures. This is the brother Shamar from the GMS Jamaica camp. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at the armor of Yahweh, or the armor of God, right? Because just meditating on this earlier, there's a lot of enchantments that that are going on in this wicked kingdom that we live in. A lot of left-hand enchantments, man, that are set up to try and destroy our people. You know, the men of the Lord luckily have the armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to defend us from these enchantments. And when I say enchantments, what I mean by that is things like even the media, right? A lot of things are pushed in the media, right? And that changes public opinion, right? Whether we're talking about homosexuality, right? Whether we're talking about adultery, whether we're talking about gender fluidity, a lot of these things are pushed on us in the media, right? To sway public opinion. So things that the public were against as recently as, 10, 15, 20 years ago. Now we're living in a completely different time. And Esau, who is the so-called white man, the wicked that rules in this kingdom or the society we find ourselves in today, right? That's what he does. He uses he has soothsayers, warlocks, witches. They actually pray to demons and devils on the left hand side, to further their kingdom, to further their reign, which is why we need the whole armor of God to withstand, the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to withstand these demonic forces. So let me get into this lesson. Hopefully it's edifying. This is Ephesians 6 verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Yeah, we need that whole armor of the Lord to withstand the wiles of the devil, the enchantments of the devil, the attacks of the devil. Let's look at this word wiles. All right. Stand against the wiles. So
Strong's G 3180, Methodiah.
All right, that's the Greek for wiles. It means cunning arts, deceit, craft, trickery, right? And a lot of the witchcraft that they practice is through the media. Another form of witchcraft they use is through the drugs that they push, right? So there's a lot of ways, a lot of traps and snares through witchcraft that are done on the left hand side to keep Jake in a dumbed down, docile, in a state where they're just fit to be ruled over, right? Not in a rulership mentality, which is why we need the arm of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to stand against that. Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world. And the rulers of the darkness of this world is Esau, Edom, right? Who's under the spiritual demon Satan, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Let's look at this word principalities, right? Because we have to understand what we're fighting against.
Strong's G 746, Arche.
Right, and the definition which applies in this verse, it means of angels and demons. Of angels and demons. I can give an example, man. Like there's a precept that says there's no enchantment that will work against basically the elect of Israel, roughly paraphrasing. So what you will find happening is these demons will that Esau pray to, that Esau serve, will jump on people around the men of the Lord, whether it's your boss, whether it's your woman, whether it's you know, a co-worker, whether if it could be even just in traffic, like road rage. If you're not careful, a demon might jump on somebody in traffic, and before, if you're not what mindful and prudent about what you're doing, you could find yourself in a situation arguing with a demon over a traffic incident, or someone that cut you off in traffic, right? That's why we have to be very careful and wear that whole arm of the Lord. And we're going to get into what the arm of the Lord is, to guard against these demonic attacks that might jump on someone, right, around you, and could draw you out. Because as it is written, Satan walketh about as a roaring lion, seeking who he may devour. Roughly paraphrasing. So we have to have that arm of the Lord to guard against it, man. Right? Verse 13, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Right? And there's evil times coming, most notably Jacob's trouble. Right? A very evil time when there's going to be famine, when it's going to be basically like, if you ever watched that movie The Purge, a purge like scenario. There will be no rule of law. It will just be a lawless free for all, right? So we need the whole arm of the Lord to guide our path in that day, right? Verse 14, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth. Right? So this is the arm of the Lord now. Having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. All right? So that the breastplate that's going to protect you in that day, from being defeated, is righteousness, man. Righteousness according to the Holy Scriptures, man. Right? Verse 15, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. This is why we're using this grace period right now to prepare ourselves, man, to stay in these scriptures, to do the righteous, rehearse the righteous acts, right? To serve the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? So that it will come naturally to us in that day when we're going to need it to survive, as it is written. Wisdom and knowledge of the Holy Scriptures, by the way, will be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Isaiah 33 verse 6, if I'm not mistaken. All right, reading on. Verse 16, above all, taking the shield of faith. Faith is going to shield you from a lot of these demonic attacks, because it is written earlier in this precept, we wrestle against not against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, angels and demons, man. Spiritual wickedness in high places. So that faith is going to carry us through. Faith in what? Faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Faith in the words of these holy scriptures, right? That he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved, man. That no enchantment shall affect the men of the Lord. These are the things that we hold true to, right? We give diligence to make our call and election sure. We try our best to keep the Lord's statutes and commands to the best of our ability. We go out and we teach these lessons on these internet highways and hedges, and we hold camp, fellowship of the brotherhood, teaching in public as well, right? This is what we're doing to show our faith, right? Wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation, right? And the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh, right? And that word of Yahweh is Yahweh Shai, who is going to be our salvation ultimately when he returns triumphantly to rain vengeance upon the heathen, and to save his elect. Okay? Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all the saints. Yeah, stay prayed up, man. We'll foster that relationship with Yahweh Shem Yahushua on a daily basis, right? We ask of him, and we see when he provides what we ask for, in righteousness, that builds up our faith even more. We sing his praises, because in that day we're gonna have to walk by faith, not by sight, man. All right. So this was the the meat of the lesson. Let me just get a few supporting precepts and we'll wrap it up. Hopefully it's edifying so far. This is 2 Corinthians verse 10. Chapter 10, I should say, verse 2. But I beseech you that I may not be bold when I am present, with that confidence wherewith I think to be bold against some which think of us as if we walked according to the flesh. Right? For though we walk in flesh, we do not war after the flesh. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to pulling down of strongholds. Right? So the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. This is a spiritual battle that we're in, man. Right? Even though our weapons are not carnal, we don't have, you don't see us out there teaching with guns and swords and or any carnal weapon, right? It's still mighty to pull down strongholds, and with these spiritual weapons that we have that we listed earlier, the faith, and all those things that were listed in the precept before. We're going to pull down strongholds. We're going to pull down Babylon the Great. We're going to chant down Babylon by these spiritual weapons, man. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and bringing into captivity every thought to obedience of Hamashiach. Yeah, because when we obey Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, hey, that's the way of life. That is righteousness. That is wisdom, man. That is the sustainable way to go about things. Then you're in harmony with nature. You're in harmony with creation at that point. So we need that whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai to guide us, man, to protect us. To that's what we live by, and that's what we strive to. That's what we strive towards. This is Matthew 10, verse 16. Behold, I sent you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. A sheep is a very docile animal. It doesn't really have a mode of defense. It's very it's prone to attack. It needs a shepherd, man. And especially in the midst of wolves. So wolves are ravenous, man. They will tear you up. So this is what Yahushua ordered us to do. But be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves. So we have to use the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these holy scriptures to guide us. That's what we live by, man. That's what's going to protect us through the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Right? The weapons of our warfare are not carnal, therefore we're harmless as doves carnally. Right? But still, it will be able to pull down strongholds. So that is why it's important to have that whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. We're using this grace period right now to prove that armor of the Lord, as it were. So that we can walk confidently in it, in that terrible day, man, that we're gonna have to endure through. Adawan Ratazal, Lord's willing. So I think the point has been made. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Just wanted to bring out the importance of the whole armor of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and how it protects us from the wiles of the devil. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rakak Wadash, for giving me the spirit to do this lesson. Shalom to the elect.